Welcome to the Fabric Room here at Interior Concepts. Today we're talking about design documentation. Recently I sent out a proposal to a potential client and she emailed back and said that she wasn't quite clear what some of the items were on my list of deliverables. So I thought we'd take the chance to explain what each one of these things are. Things like space plans or elevations are sometimes words that aren't used in everyday language, and so we're here to explain what those are. You can see in front of me is the complete design package of one of our current projects. Everything from the walls to the tile to the plumbing and the lighting and the furniture has all been specified. So we're going to start, first of all, with the first thing on our list, which is something we call a space plan. Sometimes you might hear it called a spatial. This is usually what it looks like. It's just a simplified floor plan. It's to scale though, and we lay out each piece of furniture. This is really important in new construction because it helps us figure out the electrical. It also helps us figure out some of the plumbing and the artwork placement. So this is an incredibly important document, and this is one of the first things that we start with. We'll also start with something called an RCP, which is a reflected ceiling plan. Usually your architect in a new construction will also make an RCP, but we tend to fine tune it. Maybe take out a few of those can lights and add some decorative lights. We'll also focus on different layers of lighting in our RCP. Another common thing that we use is called an interior elevation. This is a really good example of an interior elevation. This is for a bathroom in a remodel in an apartment that we're doing in a city. An elevation will show you basically, it's a drawing, 2D, and it shows you what the room is going to look like. What will happen with this is that it'll then coordinate with the specific tile and wallpaper that goes with it. The third thing that I want to talk to you about is something called a cabinetry or millwork design. This is a really good example of a millwork or cabinetry design. This one's really interesting because one of our designers decided that she wanted really decorative bookcases near the entry. And then another one of our designers drew this up. And then I got looking at it and realized that it's really close to the entry of the apartment. So we really fine-tuned it and turned it into a mudroom / exercise equipment, but it's also decorative. So it's a very specific millwork design. Another thing that we'll do is, like I mentioned, the RCP, we'll do what's called a lighting packet. Now, we usually deliver this to the contractors digitally, but for the purpose of this video, we had it printed. This is how specific or how thick a lighting packet can get. It will include everything from the fixtures to their placement. Here we go, here's an example of a placement. In addition to the placement of the lighting and pictures of the lighting, we'll also have the materials. So here's a glass example that we'll have. And then you'll end up with a spreadsheet like this that specifies every single thing that your project has. So there's no mistakes can happen when we have that. Lighting is a really interesting thing and something that I'm passionate about. And so a lot of times we'll also do a custom lighting fixture, in which case your elements can be made for exactly what you want. Here's a really good example. This is going to be a light fixture that's made out of bronze and a smoke crystal. We're using these bronze elements as our inspiration for the fixture that'll go over the dining room table. The next thing on our list of deliverables would be construction documents. That again is specifying everything that you see here. So we're going to have an entire packet for plumbing. So every single one of our plumbing fixtures, what the handle style is, what the finish is, and then again what the valves are that are behind it that make it work, that's really important for us to specify. We're going to have a countertop packet. So that's where we specify every single stone that we're using in the house. What is its edge profile? Is it honed or polished? All of those kinds of details. We're going to have an appliance packet. Actually, we're super involved in your appliances. We try to make them be specific for the way that you live. We take into consideration if you're left-handed or right-handed in the kitchen. Where do we put your dishwasher? Where's the best place for your microwave? Those kinds of things. We'll also have an entire packet of tile. And not only do we show what the tile is and specify where it comes from and exactly all of the details that usually you'd see on the back of a tile, we're also going to show the exact tile layout, and then we're also going to show the exact grout. And then, as I mentioned before, with millwork or cabinetry designs, we'll also have a cabinetry packet. The cabinetry packet will also include things like the finishes and the hardware. So here's a really good example. So here's our hinges and our hardware. And then there'll also be a page that specifies, for example, the exact woods. Let's say it's this cabinetry sample. Maybe the island is this color, and then our hardware is going to be this color. So the rest of the items that you see on the table here are just simple things that are our finishes and materials, our plumbing fixtures, decorative lighting, hardware, textiles, and rugs, which is a really big deal. For a lot of our clients, we have really unique spaces, so we end up doing custom rugs, whether they're made out of carpet or we are looking for antique rugs. In this display also, you can see that we've included some antique helmets. This is because it inspires and helps the whole mood of the room. We're also going to cover paint and wall treatments, whether it's plaster or wallpaper. We're also going to do things like maybe in this apartment, for example, we have a lot of brick walls. So we're going to make sure that we have the exact tone of brick covered here so that we're making sure we're covering all of our wall treatments. We're also going to think about artwork and accessories and anything else that can make the space feel like it's designed specifically for you and the way that you live. The last thing that we include are what we would call project management. This includes site visits, builder coordination, trade communication, procurement, which is not just the picking it out, but we have to order it, track it, and arrange for it to be received and then delivered. And then that is where we also include the install management. It's a super quick video to cover all of the things that we do that take actually a long time and a large team. So the next time you hear something like drawings and documents or drawings and specifications, hopefully you'll have a better understanding of what that means. We hope you found this video helpful. The team here at Interior Concepts truly finds joy in helping our clients have homes that live the way they do and feel really beautiful to them. We'd love to know what else you want to see about the process. If you have questions about this process, if you need a proposal yourself, just give us a comment and we can't wait to hear from you.